does anyone else remember the Chaos Emeralds? You must do, right? 7 crystalline orbs of power that when gathered call forth an eternal dragon. Anyway, as fellow Sonic fans, you all know the rest. The Chaos Emeralds have been part of the Sonic series for as long as the Blue Blur himself, debuting right alongside him in his very first game. And while their importance wasn't immediately obvious, or the method of finding them to be honest, you knew when you finally managed to complete the game, only to see Robotnik juggling these mysterious stones and taunting you to try again, you done messed up. You see, while the depth of the game manual's information on the Emeralds was pretty colors, collect all 6, as the series went on, the lore around these bad boys was beefed up considerably, becoming to Sonic what the Triforce and Master Sword are to Link, or searching the wrong castle for kidnapped princesses is to Mario. After acquiring a 7th member of the group and becoming better known as the Miracle Gems, the Chaos Emeralds would begin to have a much bigger impact on the Sonic games, not only in terms of the more obvious things like gameplay, but maybe even more importantly, on the story as well. Unlike the Dragon Balls they are so often compared to, each individual Chaos Emerald is said to possess mystical properties and contain potentially unlimited amounts of power known as Chaos Energy, a supernatural force that is said to give life to all things in Sonic's universe. By themselves, each emerald can generate huge amounts of power that can be used to fuel machinery or enhance the abilities of living creatures. Not to mention the things we learn much later in the series, like powering an entire Gaia temple and literally holding the planet together. But the true potential of these stones can only be harnessed when the power of all 7 are combined. And while Sonic unknowingly gathers an incomplete set while foiling Robotnik's plans in the original game, the emeralds simply disappearing in the end, Sonic 2 reveals the missing piece of the puzzle, the 7th and final emerald. And again, through foiling Robotnik's plans to use the emeralds to power his Death Egg by collecting them first, Sonic discovers how to harness their pure positive energy, achieving his super form for the very first time. Yeah, the story was a little loose in this game. Again, you had to consult the manual if you wanted it spelled out for you. But the addition of an explanation for Robotnik's obsessive search for the emeralds, and Sonic's strides in unlocking and using their energy for good, all helped build upon and establish the lore of this universe. And I think the developers knew they were onto something with this, because by the very next game, storytelling and universe expansion became a top priority, with the Chaos Emeralds being very much front and center of this. With its story now told in much more detail through swanky in-engine scenes, Sonic 3 and Knuckles introduces a brand new character, Knuckles the Echidna, the last remaining guardian of an otherwise extinct tribe, charged with the protection of Angel Island and the Master Emerald. Not content with just the power of the regular Chaos Emeralds, Robotnik has tricked Knuckles into fighting against Sonic, while he tries to locate and steal the Master Emerald for himself, the ultimate power source for his Death Egg once it's repaired. But the importance of the Master Emerald extends far beyond a mere trinket of destruction to be wrestled away from the bad guy. This huge stone, steeped in mystery at this point, possesses a consciousness of its own, and along with its ability to keep Angel Island afloat, hidden away high above the planet's surface, it also has a deep connection with the Chaos Emeralds. And when the being long prophesied finally arrives on the island during one of its many dark times, it awakens in order to use this connection to amplify the regular Chaos Emeralds into their super form, bestowing upon Sonic his hyperstate, the absolute pinnacle of his powers. And Sonic absolutely needed all the help he could get to put an end to Robotnik's Death Egg and save this mysterious floating island. If Angel Island and Hidden Palace weren't already mysterious enough, with its random hedgehog statues and prophecy murals, the Master Emerald, and its connection to its smaller brethren, opened up a huge amount of potential lore and story possibilities for the series. In Sonic Adventure, the lore around the Master and Chaos Emeralds is expanded upon even further. No longer collectibles hidden away in special stages, the Chaos Emeralds were now fully integrated into the narrative, the audience now getting to see firsthand what happens when the negative power of these emeralds is invoked, with Chaos, the god of destruction, released by Eggman from his prison inside the Master Emerald to wreak its vengeance on the world for past atrocities. The long, violent history of the Chaos Emeralds laid out for all to see. But just as all seems hopeless, the world about to be washed away in a sea of anger by perfect chaos, The Emerald's ability to transform thoughts into power harnesses the positive energy of Sonic and his friends' unshakable belief in him to restore power to themselves after being drained by chaos, granting Sonic his super form, which he uses to calm the rampaging god. Sonic Adventure 2 has probably one of the deepest narratives in the series. There is a lot of backstory to absolutely everything that happens in this game, and it has huge implications for most of the games that followed. Yet, even with all the new things it added to the mix, both in terms of gameplay and story, the Chaos Emeralds, along with the Master Emerald, are still central to absolutely everything that happens. We learn of the Chaos Emerald's ability to warp time and space, allowing certain characters the ability to use Chaos Control to teleport themselves instantly to another location. And we learn more about the Master Emerald's connection with the Chaos Emeralds, and its ability to negate their power, something that ties back nicely into Tikal's prayer in Sonic Adventure 1, and how it could also amplify their power in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Throw some fake emeralds in there alongside an incredible journey of redemption and sacrifice, and you're onto a real winner. While Sonic Heroes reined in the depth when it came to its story, the Chaos Emerald still played a vital role in its narrative, hiding the true final encounter with Neo Metal behind their collection. But one of the more interesting things we learn about the Emeralds in this game is the ability for Sonic to share the energy from his super form with others, something we hadn't really seen in the series before. If you discount Tails' murder birds from his super transformation in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, that is, not much else is built upon when it comes to the Emeralds in this game, but the implications of this going forward are still pretty interesting. While I'd love to avoid the controversial side of 06 here at all costs, I will just say that as far as the story goes, I thoroughly enjoyed the campaigns of Shadow and Silver. In fact, remove the whole love thing with Elise, tidy the time travel and writing up a bit, and I wouldn't really have an issue with Sonic's story either. When done right, time travel can be used in really interesting ways to enhance the story, and this is something that is expanded upon in a big way for 06, made entirely possible by the Chaos Emeralds. Done right or not? I'll let you be the judge. Sonic and his crew scramble across time to try and put a stop to Mephiles and his plans to end time itself. And along with some Chaos Control fueled boots to the head, the Chaos Emeralds are also put to use to team Shadow and Silver together on a mission to discover the truth, a dynamic I always wanted to see expanded upon further, and to revive the recently deceased Sonic after he is killed by Mephiles. While I think resurrecting the dead might be bordering on feature creep, it still just goes to show how powerful the Chaos Emeralds are in the right hands, and that in this universe, the power of good usually exceeds that of evil. Sonic Unleashed is another, and probably the last great example, of why the Chaos Emeralds are so important to this series. In what is arguably the last story with depth the series has told, Eggman absorbs the power of the Emeralds into his Chaos Energy Cannon to rip the planet apart and awaken Dark Gaia, intending to use his power to conquer the world. Yeah, because that's worked out so well in the past for you, huh? Holding on to the now inert Emeralds, Sonic learns that he can restore their power in the Gaia Temples using the energy of the planet itself. And with each Emerald he restores, their power is used to bring the planet's pieces together once again. Everyone and everything in Sonic's universe is connected by these 7 gemstones. Whether that be the warring tribes who fought fiercely over their power in the past, the creation of the Master Emerald to help prevent their misuse, those who are sworn to guard it, or the forces of good and evil who still clash over their power to this day. And that's not even including the many stories I didn't mention, like Black Doom's Ritual of Prosperity and Blaze's Soul Emeralds. The potential stories relating to these stones has, and always will be, limitless. Whether it's using their positive energy to achieve things like super forms, teleportation, or even resurrection, or using their negative energy to tear the planet apart, power a floating death station, or awaken a deity's most monstrous form. The Chaos Emeralds have been as flexible as the story of any game has needed, and I think it's been established that they're powerful enough to fill any role required of them in the future. Pretty much any situation or purpose can be explained by these stones, and I just think it's a huge waste of the build-up they've had to suddenly refuse to use them anymore, especially when you just replace them with some other wacky jewel instead. Sonic Generations is the only game in the last decade I can think of that fully incorporated the Emeralds into the story, and I don't think that's a coincidence. All the best stories this series has had, in my opinion of course, have included the Emeralds in a substantial way, And coincidence or not, I'll always prefer these games to the ones that omit or relegate them to collectibles only. But who knows, this could be a lesson already learned at Sega, and they could be literally just about to use them in a big way in their next game. As for all this talk by Ian Flynn that the origin of the emeralds is about to be made known, I really hope that's not the case. Whether it's for the Encyclopedia, Sonic Prime, or the story for the next game. Once that mystery is removed, you lose all the allure and intrigue that these gems have in their universe. And I'm not really sure there's anywhere to go with them after that. Anyway, what about you guys? Let me know your thoughts on the Sonic games that did or didn't use the emeralds throughout the series. Do you prefer when they're used as part of the story? Or are you happier when they're just optional collectibles? And what do you think about Ian's comments that their origin might potentially be revealed? Be sure to sound off in the comments below. And if you enjoy this type of content and want to see more like it from me, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to be notified when I release more. Those simple clicks go a long way, and all of your support is seriously appreciated. Anyway, a big thank you for watching. And as always guys, take care.